Hello my guys and dolls, it's Chris and I'm here reacting to the video that Amber released yesterday titled "This Isn't Okay" and going back on Ozempic, weigh-in 131.24. Now, first of all, I'm going to tell you my personal opinion is she ain't going to go back on Ozempic, and when we get into that part of the video I'll tell you why. I haven't watched any reacts to this yet or compilations. So this is like a raw react. I was down in the city yesterday visiting my very direly sick aunt. Some of you guys know a little. I told you guys a little bit about that situation. We were visiting her. It is a long trip there and back. It just made for a very long evening. I was going to attempt to do this last night. Sorry, I got a very scratchy throat today. But I just didn't have it in me. So I'm going to do it today. I'm going to try to get some other videos recorded. I may possibly want to go back and react to the Q&A thing that Foodie Beauty did. Because, hey, well, we're already torturing ourselves. Why not just go in full force, right? So anyways, this is sped up for time. It's only a 6 minute and 55 second, but not even the 8 minute minimum. Woo, girl is hurting. So this is sped up for time. I will link her full video down below, and I will skip past anything that might be irrelevant. Those of you who know me, and if you don't, I come from a health, medical, diet, nutrition background, so that's what I try to stay focused on. But let's face it, some of the drama is fun too. We need to have some fun in our lives, right? So I have a nice hot cup of brown sugar tea. And coughing up a lung, it seems, and it just doesn't want to quit, so I do apologize for that. But luckily we have two, so one missing, I will still be okay. Let's get into this. I will link her full video down below, as I always do, if you want to watch the full thing. Let's go see what Amber's up to today.
Hello. Welcome to a new video, you guys. So today is
Weigh-in Wednesday. I mean, every day is weigh-in Wednesday, girl.
So hello.
Like, why is she suddenly using all these clips? Like, she must be hurting for content really bad. She's using all kinds of, like, old clips of hers. And throwing in clips from people like Alex. It's bonkers. She obviously, it's funny. I am on day 32, guys, of the 100 days of weigh-ins. I knew I would last longer than Amber. I at least was like the dumbass who gave her a whole month to do those, but apparently she quit after like the 21st day or something like that, because girl needs to start out with like a 14 or 15-day goal. Girl has no staying power, no desire to be disciplined at all. No matter what time, she should just do these damn weigh-ins. But now she wants to do weigh-in Wednesdays, so okay, channeling her long lost, we don't know where the hell she's at, sister, Amberlynn.
Hello. So I figured why not do like a Wednesday weigh-in? I know.
And I do have her turned up as max as possible, guys. So if there is like a volume issue again, it's really not on my end. Because I have done all the things to make her loud.
Really enjoyed on my channel, because when I do just like my weigh-ins in my vlog, I don't really talk much about my weight or how I'm feeling or anything like that, because
it's the same thing, Amber. Oh, I gained a couple ounces. I lost 4 ounces. I was off track, guys. I was doing so good in the day, and then at night I just don't know what came out. How about, you want to know, really good trick to not eat at night? Be asleep at night, Amber. She does this. She's done this for years. She stays up all night and sleeps all day because, one, she's lazy and useless and completely non-productive as a human. But everybody's asleep at night, so Amber can do all of her sneaky eating and stuff like this. This is a very deliberate decision she makes to stay up all night so that she can eat under people's noses and do these things without anybody catching her. She did it with Becky, she did it with Destiny, she did it with Jade all the time. Crystal's family actually had to lock Amber out of the kitchen. Like, they actually had to lock up the cupboards and fridge and stuff like that, whatever. So I mean, that tells you just how freaking bonkers that is. So it's going to be the same song and dance we always hear. I mean, I hate to just be so jaded about this, but come on, who isn't? Who isn't at this point? Unless you're a brand new Am baby, in which case, trust me, it's coming.
My vlogs are so focused on just like other things. So when I actually do like a dedicated weigh-in video, I know people enjoy those because they like to watch them. So my hair's super frizzy today. Sorry, change of topic, because I did not straighten my hair. So this is what it looks like when it is not straight. Super frizzy, not my favorite. My hair has changed texture. That's just something that like I kind of struggle with.
Listen, my hair is getting very, very long. It's the longest it's ever been. I have some layers in it. It's a grown out wolf cut. Loving it. I promise I'll get back in front of the camera for you guys so you can see me again. I also dyed it red about a month or so ago. But Amber's hair is very long, but she needs about 6 or 7 inches of the bottom cut off of it. I know she's attached to that length. She hides under it. I understand that. My hair is very much a security blanket for me right now these days. But the last 6 inches or so is just dead and fried. I probably need a couple inches cut off of the bottom of mine because mine's getting like a little bit like that, but nowhere near Amber's. Amber's hair is very thin. She blames the texture issues and everything on her hysterectomy. She had a lot of that length from that hair before her hysterectomy because she hasn't ever cut it. So the texture of what was already grown out, that has nothing to do with the hysterectomy. That only has to do with the new growth since she stopped all of her hormones and stuff like that. So the hair texture is more of a care and lack of care problem than a hysterectomy menopause problem, which is what she's alluding to or what she's going to say right now.
Because my hair used to be beautiful and now it's only beautiful when I make it beautiful, aka straighten it or put waves in it. So
her hair used to be very thick and pretty, but guys, like, oh my God, Amber, the hysterectomy, the refusing to take your estrogen is going to cause problems. Yes. The reason why Amber's hair is getting so thin and weak and brittle and just lackadaisy, it is because of her poor health and her size. She's been so super morbidly obese for so long that it is not healthy for you. And that's why you can't rely on my blood works are perfect, my doctor said, because they are until they're not. And they're checking normal stuff, but you know she has severe elevated insulin, probably to a pre or full diabetic level, which she won't admit. Definite inflammation going on, circulation going on, problems going on, just overall dis-ease in the body, the stress, and even though she doesn't have her reproductive organs anymore, fat is very estrogenic. It releases a lot of estrogen. It's very hormonally active. So that is probably messing with her. No, I don't know if it does something else, if it releases less whenever you don't have ovaries, but I know that fat on its own is estrogenic. And her body's just in a bad way. Like, the blood work doesn't tell the full story. And guess what? I don't care what she says. From a medical background point of view, I don't believe that she goes in anymore at over 500 some pounds. Probably, honestly, closer to 560 right now, 550. Because I do believe she was really lying about her weight more than I thought she was. But there's no way she has perfect good blood pressures and a nice slow resting heart rate, no higher than about 70 or 80 max. She can't have good cholesterol panels, which cholesterol you don't even have to worry about anymore. They've really realized that they've been wrong about cholesterol. In fact, it is actually proving to be healthier and more protective to have higher cholesterol than it is to have normal or lower levels of cholesterol after studying people who have had coronary events and their cholesterol panels, but that's a whole nother thing. Just she has things very, very wrong with her. I don't believe that her blood sugars are perfect or close. I'd love to see her A1C, her inflammatory markers, her liver enzymes. I would love to see a full gamut of very specific blood panels that are not just the basic blood pressure and all that. Her A1C, her fasting blood sugar, her fasting blood insulin, her C-reactive protein, her C-peptides, and all these other things. Oh God, if I could just get my hands on them. But this is why girl's hair is messed up, and I'm telling you, that's the least of her problems. All that to say that.
It's just naturally not beautiful anymore. But I didn't feel like putting heat in it. Anyways, I'm rambling. So when I do my weigh-ins, I do like to answer some of your guys' questions just so I have topics to talk about.
So you're going to lie, or you're going to just tell us what you want to say, and you're only going to answer what you want to answer and not the big questions that people really ask. And she's not going to be honest about what she really weighs and what she really eats anyways, guys. So it's like, I'm just so over this at this particular time today.
Oh, or really topics that you guys are curious about. So I picked 3 questions. Let's get into
Amber, you don't pick 3. You will say, oh, somebody asked me, what's my current favorite show? And oh my God, now that Jade's gone, what's your new favorite color? And what's your favorite Lego you're working? Maybe one person asked that. Okay. One faithful holdout of an Am baby. She's not going to ask the shit about Jade, the stuff about what her real weight is, and she's not going to answer the real questions. So like these Q&As, it's just the same things over and over, and it's just absolute, it's just such bullshit that why do people even bother? In fact, before she deleted that community post asking for questions, I posted a comment on there and said, okay, so Amber, so you can lie about what questions you get and ignore them or not answer them anyways. And I said, people, don't give her questions. She ignores them. She already knows what she's going to say. She's going to make up her own questions. Quit giving her content. This bitch makes enough money, makes more money than any of us, and only works a fraction of the time. Make her do her own freaking content. Make her find something. And I'm sure she saw that and didn't like that, but hi, Amber.
Well, the first one is, do you feel insecure since that photo was taken of you in public? So I'm glad I got this question, because before I even answer that question, I found out about the photo the night that I was at the laundromat. But then
let me guess, somebody DM'd her in her Instagram. Guys, you do know that she always says, oh, somebody DM'd me, or a lot of you DM'd me this question, or somebody DM'd me and told me about this, because she doesn't want to admit she just does nothing all day except sit and look up stuff on herself. And DMs can't be proven because they're private. If all this stuff was so real, I mean, she makes up screenshots of things, so I don't think I'd believe if she showed a screenshot of her DMs. But that's why she always says all this stuff is in DMs, because they're not provable. So what does that tell you? That tells me I can't believe any of that.
Next day, I found out that the person actually took a video of me.
Oh God, I wish they would have actually done it and released it. Please, God.
So just like when I said I was okay with the photo being taken, I would have totally been okay with like a real quick video.
No, you wouldn't have, Amber, especially if they got you standing up and showing people like from the side and from the back how you truly waddle around, and the level of difficulty you have walking around in your true unfiltered size. I said it before, guys, and like Amber acts like she's like this stamina mobile queen or whatever. In the medical world, like Amber, yes, is still mobile, but she would be considered limited, very limited mobility because of her poor ability to actually walk and cannot walk correctly. And unless she loses a lot of weight and really makes changes soon, it's going to get worse. Even though she can get up and walk around an apartment, you can still get to a point where you are classified as medically immobile. So that's a thing. And she's on her way. So good for her. She's going to achieve something.
But I'm not okay with what I actually saw.
Oh God, they did release it. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go back to regular speed for this, guys. If you want to check this out, this is at the 1 minute and 45 second of her video.
But I'm not okay with what I actually saw.
Okay, first of all, look, she walks around with her, oh my God, those pant legs hanging down so long and actually being under her shoes. It's so unsanitary and dangerous because then she walks around with those in her house. And it's the cuffing of her ankles, the ankle rolls, which she most definitely has. Her ankles, part of them could actually drag and scratch the ground. That's how bad they probably are. Like, true story. Love the visual. Hope you like it too. It's so unsanitary. And then she's wearing her slippers. This is not good. Amber's got immensely compromised circulation into those legs. And if a needle or a knife, like a knife, a shard of glass or a nail or something goes up through those slippers and gets into her foot, she's not going to be able to care for it and clean it properly and see it, or it, and that's the same with those dirty pant legs. If she gets a scratch or a cut or another open section on those ankles or calf rolls from her athlete's foot, she says she's going to get cellulitis again or a worse infection. And that's going to be, it's really super dangerous for her. It really is. It's dangerous because it's an unsanitary way of living. She talks about she's such a healthy queen, like dainty, clean queen. No, she's not. This is dirty. This is hella dirty. And it's very dangerous. And she only wears them down like that because she's embarrassed about her ankle cuffing. She could be doing things like wrapping them and getting the lymphatic massage and eating the way she's supposed to and losing weight to help those lymphedema growths will not completely go away, but they will deflate quite a bit if she did what she needed to do and lost a lot of weight, and then they could be surgically removed. But she can't take care of them herself. She can't lift those ankles and calf rolls up to clean and dry under them properly, to powder them and put cream on them. She can't, and she certainly can't wrap them properly. She needs help, but she's too embarrassed about it because that would be like admitting, because it's all directly because of her weight and her eating and her choices, and it would make her feel more like those people from My 600-Pound Life, which she tries to completely detach herself from, but she is absolutely just like them. And she doesn't like this picture because it's unfiltered. It shows the truth. It's not flattering. Go on for this person. No, they did it. I mean, yeah, like, dude, look at and do you see how her feet are more than ever, worse than we've ever seen them, turning outward. They are literally almost completely outward instead of facing forward. That is from the damage to the legs, from the distribution of fat on the body, on her legs, on her thighs and her calves. It's from having to walk splayed because of the fupa and the apron hanging down like over her legs and between her legs, and having to walk and just the pressure. If she lost a bunch of weight, if we saw a full x-ray of Amber's skeleton, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of deformity in her bone structure, degradation of her knee joints, possible bowing, like actual bowing, Ricketts style bowing of her leg bones, be it the femur or at least the tibia and the tib fib area, the smaller bones in the lower half of the leg below the knee. It would just be a sight to see. Like I said, Amber it's fascinating what the human body can do. And from a medical standpoint, I mean, I'm horrified to see what Amber has done to her body, but I am also so fascinated to see what is actually going on in there. Like I said, like I am a total freaking nerd. I'm a big old medical geek. I would love to see those x-rays, love to see that blood work. I would just love to check so many things. I would love to see underneath those freaking crusty ass leggings and see what those legs are looking like, the state they're in, how bad they are. Yes, I would go there. It would be horrible, but I need to know from a medical point of view. I need to know. And if you were eating or anything and I just grossed you out, I am very, very sorry.
So what you guys are currently looking at
is an unfiltered Amber, and she's going to get, oh my God, I can't wait to hear this.
Is someone walking insanely close to me, like an inch away from me.
Well, there wasn't a lot of space there, Amber, to be honest. And you don't leave a lot of room for, wiggle room, let's say. They didn't touch you. And clearly you didn't give a shit about this because you didn't talk about this before this video came out. You didn't post a community post or a TikTok or a video or anything and say, oh, there was somebody standing too close to me at the laundromat when I was doing my bed clothing. It made me very uncomfortable. She didn't say shit about that. She was letting men follow her around supposedly and get all up in her business and hug her and stuff at the casino. This is only different because this person posted an unflattering video and picture of her, and she's trying to deflect from it. That is all this is.
Filming my butt. I feel very...
And that butt, I told you, of all the parts of Amber and the things about Amber, that butt actually, it impresses the hell out of me because it absolutely defies all of the basic laws of physics when everything else on her body is clearly heading south and sagging away. That shelf just keeps reaching for the sky, and it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Unsafe when I see that. So take me out of the picture, take me out of the situation.
Amber, if it was just a normal person or your average, everyday, plain old, regular fat person, they wouldn't have been close to them and they wouldn't have been filming them. I said this before, and I know it may sound mean, but call me mean. I'm that mean girl, whatever. People wouldn't just film her or look at her because she's Amberlynn Reid. Obviously, if they realize who she is, yes, maybe. But even in the spectrum of American-sized fat, which is like some of the biggest fat in the world, Amber, even amongst that type of fat, is an oddity, is so much bigger than even your average fattest person walking around. So she is a spectacle, and people are going to look. There's going to be rude people that take videos and go, oh my God, look at what I saw today. Holy crap, somebody called Doctor Now. It's just a thing because even in the world of big, Amber is so exceptionally large that it demands attention. And that's one of the reasons girlfriend goes shopping at midnight and only goes out to walk at night usually. She's only doing this stuff now in the day. Not because she likes to get up and be a busybody and a productive person like she claims. It's because that's when mama can take her, because mama's not going to be at her beck and call to go out at midnight when nobody's around in the middle of the darkness, dark time, to take her shopping and whatnot. And to the laundromat. Mom has a job. Mom has a boyfriend. Mom has her own house and life. She can't be at Amber's beck and call 24 hours a day. So mom lives on regular time. Amber doesn't. So that's the only reason Amber is out doing this now. It's totally against her own will, I believe. And this is why she doesn't like doing it.
Take out your bias. If you
Amber, it's not biased, okay? Like, people think I'm a real right asshole, but it's not biased, Amber. You are huge. I just explained why, and your size and appearance is going to demand attention because you are so much bigger, so much of a different shape, so much of a shock to people that it's human nature to look. We look without even thinking about it, every day, all the time, we're always surveying our surroundings for, in our particular lives, what is normal, what is usually there, what is not, what is out of place, what is different, what is potentially dangerous, what is odd, what's different. It's just like a survival mechanism. It's just scenes, surveying, and we do it constantly all the time without even thinking about it. And you pop up, it's going to make people look. Just like somebody painfully frail like Eugenia Cooney would make people stop and look because it's so bizarre.
saw someone filming someone's butt in public.
I don't think they were just trying to film your butt, Amber. If you were standing side face or with your front to them, they were just recording inconspicuously as possible when they were walking by. You happen to be facing that way. They were going behind you, and that's why the shelf was center stage.
You wouldn't be okay.
They actually got more of your legs than anything else.
with that. I feel like that's alarming. I feel like that's weird.
But it's okay for men to come up and follow you around and hug you, complete strangers, Ms. Lesbian, these men, to hug you, and you give them your phone number at the casino. But this incident, guys, is what made her uncomfortable and nervous. Don't buy it. It's not true. It's just not true. She's just trying to deflect from the actual contents of the video and picture. That's all it is.
Strange, especially because like how close they got to me. Like that's not.
They didn't touch you, Amber. They didn't. Oh, let me hug you close. They didn't get that close, which. Again, that's what you let those guys do at the casino.
Not okay, in my opinion. Like, I know that I'm very disliked by...
You can't talk. Because I just said, you just let strange men follow you around and touch you in the form of hugging at a casino. You took money off of them to gamble, because you said the one guy was giving you money and stuff. And then you gave one of them your phone number. So this, you can't complain about this.
A large portion of you, but I know there's like a larger portion of you where I have seen you guys stick up for me surrounding this, and I feel like it's like a bigger thing.
He didn't do anything wrong, Amber. You're a spectacle. You were in public, and technically you are a public figure. You were in a public place doing things publicly. You are not promised any privacy in public. If you lived in London or certain places in Europe, they have surveillance cameras everywhere, and you would literally be filmed from every which angle, every single place you go when you are outside of your house in public. So if you want privacy, it is only guaranteed in your house. And guess what? If you're in your house and you're walking around with your drapes wide open and you're walking around naked in front of your drapes, your windows with your drapes open, and people can look in from public, from the sidewalk, and they see you, again, that is like kind of you semi-voiding your own right to privacy. But in public, this person did nothing wrong. I know some people go, that's rude, it was mean, it was a fat phobic, fat shaming thing. Okay, yeah, whatever. But Amber's a public figure. This is she always wants to act about how she's just this big celebrity and she's such a main character kind of girl. She loves the attention. She only loves the attention when she can control the narrative. But if you want to be like a minor celebrity or something like that, this is what you deal with. You know how many pictures are taken inconspicuously in unflattering ways from celebrities, going to the gym, going to the store, running to the bank, sitting on the beach, playing with their kids. And it's not flattering. It's not meant to be. It's just meant to get a picture of you. That's all it is. You wanted to be famous, girl. And in your own right, you are in a way. And this is what you got to deal with. You can't pick and choose what comes with it.
It's not the fact that it was me. It's just the fact that, like, it's scary out there for women already. So, like...
Amber, I'm not trying to be mean, but there's nobody that's going to be trying to, like, abduct you or anything like that. I'm sorry, but part of an abduction requires speediness to a large degree, yes. And I'm sorry, one person solely is not abducting you. They couldn't just pull you into a vehicle or something. It would be a process. It would take 2 or 3 people, maybe more. In that regard, you're quite safe, girlfriend. And I'm not trying to be mean, but that's honestly the truth. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm saying that in that regard, Amber is safe. Now, somebody could like rob her and try to beat her up and stuff for money or whatever, because Amber would actually be a very good target in that sense. Or if they broke into her house, because Amber cannot defend herself. She can't fight back, roll, duck, crawl somewhere, try to hide, fight back. She can't. She's just like this semi-immobile thing sitting there. She would be so screwed. And that worries me for her, because if somebody did see her out and know who she is and think she has money on her, and they tried to rob her or break into her house or hurt her, she could not defend herself. And I do worry about her in that sense, because as much of an awful person as she is, I don't want to see her get hurt. I don't want to see somebody do something harmful to her. And I don't want her to be vulnerable like that. And that's why I still, above everything else, I still want to see her lose weight and get her shit together. Because, you know, most of us haters to some degree are still quite nice in our motives when it comes down to it, no matter what Amber thinks. But Amber, you don't really have to worry too much about your safety. You're never alone, really. I don't believe she walks the dog any more than like the front of her house.
It just makes me feel more uneasy.
And guess what? Don't live in the middle of the big bad city if you're afraid. Live somewhere on an outskirt. But Amber has to live in the city because it's 24/7 access to any type of food she wants. She can have something DoorDashed or Uber Eats or Instacarted literally 24/7. And believe me, I will die on this hill. That is the only reason she was so hell-bent on moving to Lexington, and now she only insists on living in the middle of a city. It's because of the variety of food, the amount of food in stores, and the ability to have it literally at her fingertip delivered 24/7. That's the only reason. You can't make me believe otherwise. Let me know what you guys think, because I do believe that's how it is. Worst thing she ever did. I always said the worst thing she ever did for herself was move to Lexington. And she's not making it any better by living in a city.
Opens up a bigger topic than just like, oh, there's a video of Amberlynn out there. Like, no, like, women need to feel safe, and we're just not. Okay, I can like rant forever about that, but let's not do that. Let's do the next question.
Hello.
But Amber, like I said, if you really cared about your safety and stuff, you'd want to make yourself more able-bodied to be able to protect yourself, and you wouldn't flaunt your wealth and your money around the way you do.
Hello, Editing Lynn here. I forgot to answer the question. I realized that while I was editing, so I'm going to do that now.
Wait a minute. You said let's go on to the next question, and then you immediately forgot to answer the question? No. She said something or read something she didn't want to put in there, so she deleted that. She didn't forget. I mean, I'm sure she has some brain swelling and defects from the obesity. Again, I'd love to see the scans, but she's not that compromised yet.
But the photo taken of me didn't make me more or less insecure than I already have been. But I will say I am.
You said, oh, that was really eye-opening. That really opened my eyes. That really lit a fire under my butt. And now she's saying, oh, it didn't make me feel any other way. So she can't even keep her lies straight from like 1 to 2 days to the next.
I'm in an era in my life where I am becoming less insecure and I am becoming
Amber, okay, now I know I'm going to be mean here. I need to make that some merch with a merch with just a saying that says, I don't mean to be mean, but because I say it so freaking much. Amber, you shouldn't be getting, this is like, you shouldn't be getting more confident and less insecure. That's the problem, is she is too confident and too secure and too comfortable, and that's why she's not going to change. She needs to look at pictures of herself and go, whoa, holy shit, that is absolutely horrifying. Gross. God, I need to do something about it. That's what she needs to do. And she's not doing it. She's not going to do it. I'm feeling that way. I have to have my kiddo take my progress pictures. I'm doing them every month, the beginning of the month, for like the duration of this way. And then I'll probably continue it at different intervals throughout the year. But just thinking about it, I'm horrified. I'm terrified. I can't even like look at those pictures because they just freak me out and they motivate me to make change. And I have made changes. I've lost a few pounds. I have to really step it up and start exercising too and get strict about my diet, which I do have a very strict plan for Lent. So that should be a series, might be a series on the channel here, and it's going to be crazy. But so if any of you guys want to do that with me, do a Lent challenge. Like I give up something, like give up sugar, give up carbs, give up, meat, give up something, or I promise I'm going to exercise 2 hours a week and I'm going to lose 10 pounds. If you want to do a Lent challenge with me, whether you're a Catholic or a Christian or not, let me know in the comments. I'm going to make a little video about it and you can join me and we can all suffer together. Yay, yay, family bonding through suffering. But Amber needs to look at stuff and go, oh my God, I'm horrified. And, that would truly light a fire under her ass if she was truly horrified. But she's too comfortable. She likes herself too much. That's why she's not going to change. Oh my God, I'm long-winded today. I apologize, guys.
more confident and I am loving myself more. So
Amber, if you were really loving yourself more, you'd actually be making changes and losing weight. You are basically maintaining and still eating around 4,000 calories a day. That's not self-love. That is self-hate. That is self-destruction. That is straight up, especially at your size, self-harm. And it should at the very least not be monetized on YouTube.
So this is an era where I'm just
oh God, I'm out of hot
learning to
tea.
love
This sucks. I should just go and get some more, but I will try to make it through the video. I'll make more for the next one.
myself, and I'm just learning more about myself. And honestly,
am I a like total jerk? But what is there to learn? Amber as a creature is a creature of comfort, a creature of habit. She has her vices. She is very shallow. She doesn't have any real deep seated values or morals or beliefs or interests. What is there to learn? Am I missing something? And again, you may not like this opinion, but this is my opinion. And it's my opinion from what she presents, how she acts, and what she shows. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way.
I'm really enjoying the process.
Amber, show your damn face.
Would you go back on Ozempic? So that is an easy...
She's going to say no. Okay, here, guys. Here's another thing. If her gallbladder was really that fragile and that bad, they would risk the surgery and take it out. If they risked doing a hysterectomy on her, they would put her under and do the gallbladder surgery because she would be at risk of it rupturing, which is a dire medical emergency, actually. She's going to say it's because she was losing rapid weight on Ozempic. She was losing weight too fast and it was causing her gallstones to act up. No, it didn't. That's not the case. She admitted later that it was actually working. It was making her sick and not want to eat. and she started taking a shit ton of Delta 8 to get the munchies and to help her eat through the Ozempic, which is why even on the Ozempic, her weight loss stalled when she'd only been on it a month or so. So, I know what she's going to say. That's what she's going to say. And it's not true. She stopped the Ozempic because it was working and she wants to eat. She doesn't want to not eat. She doesn't want to give up the food. She doesn't want to give up the copious amounts. And also, girl is so squeamish. She's such a dainty girl. She doesn't have anybody to do her injections. Her mom could come and do her injections. She could do them herself. I mean, suck it the hell up, Amber. But she's going to say, for those reasons, that she can't go back on it. It's going to be her gallbladder. But I'm telling you, as somebody who has had gallbladder issues and had mine removed, that's not the case. She wasn't losing that much weight that rapidly that it was causing it to hurt. And if it's weird how only losing weight makes her gallstones act up and be painful. Not all the super large amounts of fatty grease, and fat's not bad for you if it's good fat, but you have to still within reason, guys. But all this super greasy, fatty, salty takeout food in huge amounts doesn't affect her gallbladder. Only weight loss does. Guys, do you see how this makes no sense and it's just stupid?
Yes.
If you would, Amber, then why aren't you at a doctor saying, please put me on Ozempic, put me on Wegovy. I'm going to stair step up my dose like I'm supposed to and take it the way I'm supposed to. But she even admitted later that she took Delta 8s to get the munchies to eat through the Ozempic.
Yes, I totally would. But Ozempic is over $1,000.
Amber, no. You don't. Okay, this is a curveball. You don't get to do that, girl. Because you spend hundreds of dollars a month on Legos. You admitted to spending thousands of dollars a month on takeout. You're still spending a ton of money on Instacart and DoorDash and BuzzBalls and Delta products and clothes and another purse you don't need and living in a luxury apartment. Tons of wax melts and candles and shit you want. You don't get to say, oh, Ozempic is too expensive. It's $1,000 a month. I can't afford it. Oh, no. If you were serious about taking Ozempic, you could spend the money on it a month because you'd be eating less, making changes to your diet and eating healthier, not getting as much takeout, and the money would offset itself and you would actually lose money. So, not today, Satan. Does this excuse fly here?
It's a month, and that's only for the 2.4 milligrams.
Oh, God,
I know
she's
my
slow.
insurance doesn't cover it or anything like that. So if my insurance covered it, if I got approved by like a new pregnant...
Amber, you don't have insurance. Stop with that bullshit. And honestly, I do believe in your case, to some degree, it would be at least partially covered because you're super morbidly obese. You probably have elevated A1C. I have a slightly elevated A1C. I got my test back. And it was, the normal range is like 3.2 or 3.4. I wrote it down to like 6.4. Mine was 5.2 or 5.4. It was higher. It was closer to the high end than to the low end. And if I got an elevated insulin or A1C, homegirl certainly does. She's probably pre-diabetic, if not full diabetic, which would be horrifying with the state of her legs, especially. And I can't even remember what I was saying. But and just because of her weight and her desperate need to lose weight now, I firmly believe it would be covered. But if she was truly serious about losing weight and changing her life, she would know that she'd be saving money on takeout and junk food and snacks and treats and all this stuff. And she would use it. She would know that the expense would offset itself and it would balance out. This shows you right here. Save this clip, put it in your memory bank. This shows right here that she is not in any way serious about losing weight. She's going to stay at this 500 range or higher forever. I think right now she's probably actually closer to 545 pounds, maybe 550, 560 than she is to 510. But the size we see her at now, I think she's going to fluctuate within 20 or 30 pounds of this for the rest of her life. unless the only major changes would be the weight going up.
Hair doctor that I need to get here in Oklahoma, then I would totally give it another shot. Last question is, what's your current hyperfixation food? So I chose
Again, see, something stupid, your question. So you're telling me hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people asked, oh, Amber, what's your current hyperfixation food? No, they didn't. No, they did not.
this because I get hyperfixations a lot. Whether that be people, activities, hobbies.
Yeah, we know.
Hyperfixation, which is so weird because I feel like the hyperfixations
It's probably actually Jack in the Box, but she's not going to say that.
are usually
She's going to say something that she thinks is healthier or that is healthy, and don't believe it.
something that makes sense. Like
Jack in the
most
Box
favorite
and
hyperfixation is
Buzzballs.
when I get super like addicted to seafood boils. So good. But my current one is hard-boiled eggs. I know this is so
Have we seen her eat a hard-boiled egg on camera at all? Have we seen one make an appearance in a recent video at all? Because I don't remember it. Amber, God, okay, my nose. If she was hyper fixated on hard-boiled eggs, that is freaking fine. If this woman could eat 24 hard-boiled eggs a day, and I'd be hard-pressed to have somebody try it because those suckers are filling. But she could eat 24 hard-boiled eggs a day, and she could wipe them down with a side of bacon and cheese. And I know people, all the vegans, oh my God, that's so unhealthy. It's really not, especially the eggs. Like, yeah, be a little mindful of the bacon with the nitrates and stuff like that. But she could eat a shit ton of hard-boiled eggs a day, and the weight would literally be flying off of her so fast it would be ridiculous. They're extremely low carb, extremely healthy. They're one of the most perfect foods. Her cholesterol's not going to... I mentioned the cholesterol already. That's a different thing. Watch Bart K if you want to, and Dr. Ken Berry if you want to hear about cholesterol. But she'd be losing so much weight. She's clearly not hyper fixated on it, because when Amber hyper fixates on a food, like say Jack in the Box, she orders it at least once a day, every single day, or multiple times a day, and eats it obsessively, and that's like a main source of her food. So if her hyper fixation was in fact hard-boiled freaking eggs, she'd be eating tons of them. We'd be seeing it. Watch, now they'll start showing up in videos. She'll either put it at the end of this video or she'll start putting them in videos because people are calling bullshit. She would be dropping so much weight. That is an amazing food. It's a great snack, though homegirl doesn't need to snack. But she'd be losing so much weight. This is absolute utter bullshit.
weird. But like my favorite thing is to have a hard-boiled egg, pour just a little bit of salt on top, and it's just like, who needs you?
Yeah,
What?
Amber, that would be amazingly healthy. And you're not doing it. And eggs, oh my God, right there. Take your Ozempic, eat your hard-boiled eggs. Right there. That's like a super low-carb keto. That would be good for inflammation in her body. It would be good for rapid weight loss. It would be good for actually tapping into fat for fat loss. It would be amazing for her insulin levels and her blood sugar. And it would be good for her lymphedema and lipedema, because keto was recommended for those conditions for a reason. And yeah. Do you believe this? Do you believe this? If you guys believe this, leave a hard-boiled egg. Leave an egg of some kind in the comments. In the comment section, if you've made it this far and if you are hearing this absolute nonsense.
Like, it's so weird, right? Like, but it is what it is. It tastes good to me. Okay, so now let's get into the weigh-in. So I'm looking at the stuff
Oh God, we still have a weigh-in. Jesus, I thought we were done, guys. Sorry.
in my little
Still leave the egg.
notebook, by the way, because so many numbers and your girl's memory is not the greatest. Okay, so on January 1st, I was 515.8.
I'm going to slow it down so we can hear every word our girl says, every lie that's coming out of that mouth. Okay, so back to regular old Amber. Okay.
Way because so many numbers and your girl's memory is not the greatest. Okay, so on January 1st, I was 515.8.
515.8. I actually think on January 1st, she was probably closer to like 545.8 or 555.8, not 515. I think she's 30 to 60 pounds heavier than what she says. So whatever she says, I automatically tack on a minimum of 30 pounds and up to around 60.
Last week, I was 510.4.
Okay, so like a 5-pound loss, which, not to be gross, but for Amber, that's literally just her taking a big old poop. Because she takes big old poops. They're anything but dainty. A lot goes in, a lot's got to come out. And I can fluctuate. Like, and I had, and it's like, I've even had people in my comment section. I have a viewer, Scooter. Hey, girl. She is thin. She's small. And she even said in the last video, she said, I can fluctuate 3 pounds, give or take. And she's very small, and it's just a normal fluctuation. I fluctuate from a pound to up to 6. You know, right now it's the time of the month. I go up and down upwards of 6 pounds. So for Amber, 5 pounds is a fluctuation.
And today I was.
Hello, guys. It is
Oh, no. We told you. I told you what you got to do to make us believe this shit, Amber. She doesn't give a shit what we say. She's not going to listen to us, guys. She's not going to listen to us unless she has a mass unsubbing or, what's it called? A strike. Anybody want to, organize a don't watch Amber or interact with any of her content strike for a week or two? I'm not telling you not to watch. This is not a call to action. Not saying that at all, YouTube. I'm just saying that is like what it would take for Amber to at least temporarily listen more to her fans a little bit, because the only thing that talks in Amber's world besides food is the money.
January 31st, so I'm gonna do my weigh-in. I do have my shower running because I'm letting the water get hot. It takes a few minutes, so while waiting,
She lives in this luxury apartment that's supposed to be so bougie, and it takes several minutes for her water to get hot. I'd be complaining. I'd be moving. I mean, holy hell. Is that a normal time for you guys? Let me know. I have like an older house and stuff like that. And it's like, it's only, no matter where I've lived, it's only taken like maybe a minute for the water to start getting hot. And there's Amber running the hell out of some water. I mean, environmentalist Lynn, right?
I'm gonna do my weigh-in real quick, so hopefully you guys can hear it over the water. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Hello.
It's ready.
Okay, stepping on.
There's the cut.
108.8 pounds.
508.8.
508.8. I don't believe it. She's not eating like she says. If she is eating all those eggs, then maybe. But I need to see her actually step on a scale. So that would be 7 pounds. She lost 7 pounds in January. A 500 plus pounder lost 7 pounds in January, guys. And she says that's progress, and she's going to say she's proud of that. And that's good, and that's okay. I mean, holy shit. I have not been on any type of track most of the month. And I have lost 4 to 5 pounds. And it's like, I'm still fat as hell. I admit it. I'm hovering at around what my weigh-in today was 188. So, and that's still down like 4, almost 5 pounds. And I literally am a fraction of Amber's size. So that's like, Amber, that's not good. That's not progress. That is nothing to be happy or proud. What you gonna do? She's gonna start February. February is a new month. They're gonna start a new plan. I'm gonna get back on track. It's gonna be phase 1 all over again, guys.
That means I'm down from the last time.
So 508.8 means I am down 1.6, which means in this whole month, I am only down 7 pounds.
Amber, you should be down 25 or 30 pounds. She said I wanted to get into the 400s, which I think is actually into the 500s. The low 500s or mid 500s. But we're just going to go by what she's saying for the sake of conversation. She wanted to get into the 400. That should have been so easy for her to do within the first week and a half, 2 weeks. So homegirl is still eating enough for 2.5 or 3 women a day. But she can't afford Ozempic, guys.
You know, after I say the word only down 7 pounds, I kind of...
Oh my God. Now she's going to go into a spiel about, I say only, but I mean, that's progress. And oh my God. Okay.
Take that back. I am down 7 pounds.
See, this is the problem. You're proud of something that is like no actual accomplishment, Amber. If you were like my size, if you were 180 pounds or 145 pounds and you got down 7 pounds in a month, that's better. I even consider being down 5 to 7 pounds in a month at my size a failure. But 7 pounds at your size, that's not anything to be proud of. That is, maybe you lost a pound and then you've had some fluctuations. Right now, unless you're losing a minimum of 15 to 20 pounds a month, there is no progress being made. That is a fluctuation. And that's the problem, is she hypes herself up and pats herself on the shelf. Oh, I'm so proud. This is so good. No, it's not, Amber, because guess what? You're just going to go one bad, extra bad day, because all the days are bad, and you're going to be right back up to 513.
And I'm going to be happy with that. It's very Amberlynn
That's
coded.
the problem. What's up with this Amberlynn coded? Oh my God. Amber, stop making fetch happen. Fetch is never going to happen. And your fetch is coded. Get the hell over it. You're not a TikTok tween. That's the problem, is she's going to be happy about this. And she should be disappointed. She should be like, wow, that's not that great. I should be losing so much more than that. I'm still eating way too much of the wrong things. And I should be disappointed in myself, and I need to put in more effort and I need to try harder. But no, she's going to be, woohoo, I'm just so excited. Amber, you are coming to what I feel is a precipice where once you're there, there's only 2 ways you can go, and you definitely don't want to go the one way. She needs to really be making a lot of progress, and quickly. Like, I just feel that time is really starting to run out for her. She's been so big for so long. That I really think she's going to start running into a lot of medical problems, mobility problems. God forbid she have a serious medical event, but it is just coming right down the pipeline, guys. It really is. She thinks she's still so young. 33 at her size, and having been over 500 or 600 pounds for many years. 35 for her is seriously 65. She probably has a 65-year-old body, and she needs to get on the ball
to just like gain weight. So the fact that I lost is yay. So what I've been doing is just like eating less, but I haven't been like trying super hard.
That's very clear, Amber. You haven't been trying super hard, and you need to be. And it's clear that you eating less, you're still eating almost triple the amount you need in a day. So you're not trying that hard, because God forbid Amber ever have to feel a little bit of discomfort or hunger in her life, or tell herself no.
Just like slowly taking...
Amber, the time for slowly is long gone. It's over. You need to be serious about this shit. Deal with the discomfort. Deal with the hunger. Start changing your diet. Start eating healthier so you can start healing as much as you possibly can internally and get this weight off now. She needs to drop at least 150 pounds, like fast. The time for slow, and I can do it my way and take my time and still eat all the things I enjoy. The time for that is over. It is over. It was over a few years ago.
In a way, like, oh, I don't need that extra snack.
You don't need any snacks, Amber. You don't need any freaking snacks. Look at you. I'm not trying to be mean, but look at you. You don't need any snacks, Amber. You getting healthy. You losing weight and living longer. That and preventing a major medical event. That is more important than the snacks. You shouldn't have snacks in your house. You have the glorious situation of living by yourself. You don't have to have anything in the house. she needs somebody to take care of her, guys. She needs somebody in charge of the Uber app, Eats, of the apps on the phones, of her money, of her ability to order in food or groceries, because she shouldn't have snacks in her possession.
And things like that. So I think for this week, I'm going to continue doing the same thing, but maybe
Why would you consider doing the same thing when what you did has been an absolute, utter failure? Cue the repeat.
try a little harder. And I also want to...
Oh, what'd she just say? She just said maybe try a little harder?
I think for this week, I'm going to continue doing the same thing, but maybe try a little harder, guys, which means she's not going to. And then, oh God, oh no, February 14th is coming around, guys. And that's Valentine's Day, you know, the most important holiday in the world for people who are so obsessed with love like Amber. And it's going to remind her of Jade and blah, blah, blah. And she's going to be blubbering and she's going to eat her feelings probably for a week or so because, you know, she's going to mourn for a week over the being dumped by Jade. I guarantee she uses that as an excuse to overeat or be off track. The emotions, the mentals, or she's gonna buy her mom candy or something. Then of course she's gonna have to get some, or her mom's gonna take her out to dinner, which shame on you, Mama Lynn, if you do that. But there's gonna be an excuse probably within the next couple of weeks, sometime around Valentine's Day, is an excuse to why she goes off track or is in a bad way. And to me it's gonna center around Valentine's Day and love and the relationship with Jade and breaking up and being single. a little harder. And I also want to cook a little bit more. I do have friends coming this week. So
I don't believe this. And people are like, oh, we're so excited to see your friends. Listen, she is never going to see these friends. If they do, in fact, exist anywhere other than her brain, it's very likely could be Eric and Ricky. But she's not going to show them. And like I said in the last video, people are going to say, why didn't you show your friends? And she's going to say, oh, because of my haters and my fans. People being so mean that they didn't want to be on camera. They didn't want to be on film. That's going to be the excuse. And I think it's also an excuse for her to just go 2 or 3 days without filming and putting up content because she's going to say, I couldn't film because my friends were here. Couldn't get away for 2 minutes from her friends to film or nothing. So there might be a little stretch or drought of videos during that time too.
I'm not sure like the dynamic with that and like what we're going to be doing exactly, but I do want to like make a point to like
mostly sitting and eating. I'm assuming
a little bit more, cook more food at home and things.
You could cook all your food, Amber. And like I said, I was like, and I've been getting good suggestions from some of my fans. I said she doesn't even need to cook. This lazy queen here. She could just do a healthy meal service and just eat what they give her. But of course, that would be too little food for Amber. That's the point. You need a little bit of food, Amber, not a lot. But I even said I'd like to maybe try to do that for a couple weeks and see how they work, see what you can get, and see how much weight you can lose with a meal service. And there are a couple. I know somebody suggested Factor, and that looked like a really good one. I'm pricing them right now. If I do that, I want to do like 2 meals a day. And, or I could even do one, but it's like $60 to maybe $140 and stuff. So I do think I want to try to do that here at some point. I think that would be fun. That would be interesting. Still looking around to see if I should go. And because with Amber, she's so lazy. I'm not even talking about HelloFresh or something where they send you the stuff and you make it. I'm talking about like Factor, like ready-made, pre-made. All you have to do is heat them up and eat them type meals. So Factor is what I'm really looking at. And there's a couple more I'm going to look at. So if I decide to do that, I am definitely going to let you know. I think that's fun. I would love to do these type of little challenges to see how they work, not only for me, but to show people and show you guys and whoever's watching, or people like Amber, like, oh look, you can lose weight this way. You can this can be successful. This can help you and just show different things, especially for people not like Amber who are actually busy and have lives and kids and maybe don't have all the time in the world to cook and do stuff for themselves. So yeah, it's fun. There's a lot of stuff like that I want to do. And if any of you want to donate to the Factor Fund or whatever, you can buy me a coffee or donate a super sticker or a super thanks to the channel. And it would really help. It's definitely not required. I can still do it, but if anybody wants to help, I would appreciate it. And I did have somebody tell me I should set up an affiliate link for Amazon because I was talking about some teas and stuff, and it had never crossed my mind. I may actually set up an affiliate link for Amazon. Of course, I will disclose it, and there's no requirement to use it. But if you guys want to see some of the stuff I like and I suggest and I use and I recommend, maybe I'll do that just so you guys can check it out on your own if you want. But again, there's never any obligation to buy anything or send money. Just being here, subbing, watching the videos, giving likes, comments, it helps me a million. And we are on the countdown to 1,000 subs, and I appreciate everything you guys do for me. Some of you watch all the time, and you're great, and I love it. So always appreciated, never required.
Things like that. So anyways, I hope.
Okay, Amber, thank you for wasting our time. I'm glad I stretched this video out so long. A lot of you guys like the longer format, so there you go. And Amber just gets me going. So that's the video for today. I'm going to try to get a couple more recorded today and scheduled. I'm tossing around the idea of setting up the cam. I don't have a super great webcam, but maybe just enough. I may set it up and do face cam with some of the reacts. That way, if you want to see me, you can, if you are listening, but if you want to look, you can see me and stuff. But I'm not sure about that yet, so I will let you guys know. But anyways, don't forget to leave an egg in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. And I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.